Hey guys, before I forget, like I usually will and always do, I want to talk about the difference between self care, narcissism, and just plain out degeneracy. And basically, how today's whole universe and society has just washed it all together and made it one thing. So it was came across to me really as I made a new TikTok account and I was scrolling down and all I saw was just butt, slut, butt, slut, and just degeneracy. And don't get shy because one person watches. So the thing was that a lot of these women were just simply using their body. And I got to the point where I saw that it was just thousands one thing. It wasn't like there was any specific talent or anything, just no idea centered or anything like that. It was just pure butt, or their vagina was literally just poking out of their shorts because their shorts were like yay up to their asshole, right? And that to me was really weird because in the last year or two, I've come across this wave, and not just on TikTok, but really it's kind of started on TikTok and like new generation, right? This idea of self care and self love, and people confuse that, and I think that they've allowed it to confuse them, and they allow it to use it as an excuse to be a degenerate. And this goes for both men and women. Women primarily right now, and they're just running it up because for one, there's a lot of guys out there that just have no morals and they don't really care. They just see tits and butt and they're like, wow, that's amazing, shit on my face, like fart on my phone screen. And one second. Weird. Very weird. Very weird. But you don't confuse me, tits, your butthole, and pull your shorts so far up so that they're practically in your throat, and then say, I'm happy with my body. It's because I love my body. So look at my hair. No, you want us to see your butt. You want us to see the outline of the lips of your vagina. That's exactly why you're doing what you're doing. And that is the complete anti and complete difference of self care, self love, and security. That actually, my friends, is insecurity. But they envelope it, fold it, and conveniently, covertly cover it as self care and security of oneself. And they use that as an example of, I love myself. Here's this. No, you don't love yourself because you need 1.2 million people to tell you that they love you or they appreciate you for your physical features, not for a talent, not for a characteristic. That is complete narcissism, complete knowledge that you know what you're going to get. You know the outcome. You know what you look like. You know that it looks good. You don't care about them. Matter of fact, you barely care about yourself. You love yourself. You know that. It's not love. It's not self love. It's insecurity at both ways. It's not even, I couldn't even say it's narcissism. It's narcissistic to believe that you are this one this one idol, right? Like you're on the pedestal of what people consider sexually intriguing, but it's not right. That's not self-care. It's not love for oneself. That's insecurity at its most biggest and grandest, most overt way. And it's wrong. But nobody seems to see that. Everybody thinks that that fine girl's got everything going for herself and that everything is right. It's not right. Putting her vagina, literally her lips on the phone screen, doesn't make her pride, doesn't make her self-love and secure about my body. It's insecurity at its most highest level. She's so insecure. I don't understand how this isn't a thing. And if anybody feels differently, please enlighten me as to why there's another reason your vagina lips are on my phone screen. Enlighten me, because there is no other reason. Simple fact is that what the algorithm and society itself has pushed forth as self-love and self-care and security is actually insecurity. No, we're not also fat phobic, but you're fat. You're actually not really healthy. That's not loving yourself. There's nothing healthy. There's nothing loving yourself about being 325 pounds plus and being sexy. It's okay to be at a point and love yourself at that point and throughout the progress of the way. But you're not sexy. You're just fat. You're not sexy. You're literally just exposing yourself, your physical, discrete areas online for attention, not in the name of self-love and because you're secure who you are in your body. That's not security, and that's insecurity at its highest level. And I swore if I let that thought leave my mind, I was gonna go crazy, because that's a lie. It's not reality. And for anyone that chooses to believe that their friend or their girlfriend is right in saying so, you're wrong. It's not self-care. It's not self-love. It's backwards. It's insecurity at its highest level. If you need 1.2 million people to tell you that your vagina looks good, you have an issue. There is an ulterior motive to the reason that you're doing what you're doing. And you must figure out what this is. And if you just stuck watching that, you need to figure out what you are doing wrong, because there's something completely wrong with that. You may say, oh, I love myself. I love myself. Well, think about how much you love yourself. Think about what you do that loves yourself. Define what love is. You can't be happy in a marriage. You're happy at one given point. Your marriage doesn't flatline and stay happy. You can't lie and say that that's the exact same thing, because happiness is just an ever-changing flow of frequency, just as sadness is. It comes in different ways. It doesn't stay static the same way. Neither does this one line this way. So whatever you thinking right now that your idea of self-care, self-love is, it may ultimately change again, because it's a continuous line. But whatever this algorithm and society has told you that loving yourself really is, it's not narcissism. They're just hiding and lying in your face, telling you that insecurity is love for oneself. Insecurity is not love for oneself. It's the need from others to love you, to love yourself. And that is insecurity at its most highest, deepest route. Most women have this problem right now on that algorithm. Not in real life, because the world is huge, right? The world is huge, but they are using this core group of women. They are using women just as they usually always have. And women are using themselves, actually. They're using themselves in this masculinity outrage era. That's what's going on. You had the era where men like this, they were shamed on by the don't touch me girls. They were don't touch me here. I don't want to know about men. We hate men. And then men were just like, okay, fuck you, nerd. I just do my own. And now men are this way. And now men are in the Tate masculine era. And now women are just in the objectified sex as a physical object era. So now their vagina lips are just on screen. So you got 19 to 21-year-olds just showing butt and vagina on the screen. And I'm sorry to be so bold about it, but it's the reality of things. So men don't need them. And they think that with the material wealth that they have, actually it's solidified. They know that with the material wealth comes these women, because women have objectified themselves. And the only way that men get to them is the top 5% of elite men that what, buy their OnlyFans or buy them as an object. If I have enough money, I can make her do what she wants. I can make her do flips. And now I know it. The world has turned into pure degeneracy. I don't know if you just caught that. Both have good, but both have been blended and corrupted in the wrong ways. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. And I know, Brian, I know that you know, but they don't know. Some don't know. But that idea that you think, if you think that that's self-care, if you think that that girl doing the recoil, that's self-care, that's not self-care. That girl doesn't love herself. That girl doesn't love herself. She's not a good girl. You think that guy, degeneracy. There's a difference between individualism and material degeneracy. You get it? If you have individualism, you're able to do things because they're good to you or because you think that they're right. You individualize the process, whatever the process is. You know that what you have to do to get to where you want to be or what makes you happy. And that makes you happy. And that's okay. Material degeneracy. You mix degeneracy with materialistic, loving kind of materialism. You think that these materialistic things are going to gain you value, but combined with your degenerate values, you just make degenerate decisions based on materialistic values. Yeah, you're rich and single and a bachelor, but at what cost? You're a degenerate and you pay for vagina because you think that that's how it is. There's a good woman out there that you don't have to pay a cent to. This world is backwards. This world is backwards.